let's talk a little bit about Rita Moreno. When was the first time you became aware of her, just in general?
I guess very little because I'm Puerto Rican, so we all know about Rita Moreno here in Puerto Rico. I guess I'm not sure exactly when, but I think I knew about her since I knew about movies and since I watched West Side Story when I was a little girl. And when I watched West Side Story, I watched it already knowing that she won an Oscar for that movie. So I've known her for a long time. The first movie I made, Mal de Amores, we wrote it thinking of Rita to be one of the actors of the movie. She's not in it, but that's how much I know her, that we were inspired and wrote it thinking of her. So she's been in my mind since I know about movies.
So she's in your mind. You saw her as a kid as West Side Story, and then this opportunity comes for you to direct a documentary about her. That's
Mhm.
called A Girl That Just Decided to Go For It, which is so apropos because you literally are a girl that just decided to go for it too. So how did that come to be?
So the first time I met Rita in person was on the set of One Day at a Time, because I'm also the mother of Marcel Ruiz, who plays the grandson of Rita on that show. So the first time I saw her, to me, it was like, oh my God, that's Rita Moreno. I told my son, this is Rita Moreno. She's this woman from Puerto Rico. And I showed him everything for him to know who was going to play his grandmother. Um, and for a whole year, as a set mom on the set of One Day at a Time, whenever I was there, that I wasn't working, I was observing her. And at that time, I was doing a documentary on the diaspora of Puerto Rican diaspora. So she was part of that documentary too, and I interviewed her in that documentary. But it wasn't until I found out that Brent Miller, the producer of One Day at a Time, who wanted to do a documentary on Rita, and I heard him talking about it, I went to him and I said, hey, Brent, I'm not just the mother of Marcel Ruiz. This is what I do for a living. I'm a film director, and I would like to pitch an idea for that documentary. And so he was looking for directors, and he gave me the opportunity to pitch an idea also for the documentary, and that's how I got chosen.
Wow, that's an amazing story. I love that. I love that so much. While filming the documentary, what was the most surprising thing that you found out? Because I'll
It
tell you,
was the fact that she was so open about her therapy, talking about therapy and how important that was for her and for who she is today. And to me, that was incredible because by at the time that she was doing therapy, it was in a time that that was a taboo. It's still sometimes a taboo. We don't see that as important as going to a doctor for something else or to a dentist. And she talks about that so openly, and she believes that it's because of therapy that she is the person who she is today and the person who has accomplished so much. It's because of all that time she was in therapy. But talking about her relationship with her husband, I have to say that I was going through a divorce when I started interviewing her. So to me, it was so important for her to tell me if how she felt in her relationship, and I found her what she said to be the same things that I was going through and the same things that so many women even today go through, that it was for me important to have it in the documentary, because I guess a lot of us tend to continue staying in a relationship where we're not happy, and I don't know why we keep doing that, and it's so great that she talks about that.
that was a moment for me too. And I think those two moments were profoundly impactful because I'm so used to seeing Rita Moreno be this strong pillar of a woman, regardless of the fact that she's Puerto Rican, right? And I was like, wow, it's in that moment that you realize even the people that we idolize and love, they're human too. So that
That
was and I'm glad that you were able to put that on celluloid so that everyone can see that and have that moment with her. What is the most exciting thing about being a little Puerto Rican girl that saw someone that looked like you in a Hollywood movie, and now here you are interviewing them to tell their life story?
It's an honor. It's a gift. I keep thinking, why me? How did I get this lucky to be the one telling her story? And I'm so grateful and so honored to be able to do this. I don't know how and why, but I guess I did a great pitch, and I was very focused on wanting to tell her story in a way that people, when they see it, they don't just see a show reel of her career, but really are able to know who she is as a human being, with all her vulnerable moments, with all her insecurities, not just her glamorous life. And that was so important for me. And I'm really also proud that the people behind the camera were all Puerto Ricans: the DP, the producer, the sound person, the person who did the stop motion animation. We're all Puerto Ricans, and we did this work with so much love, and I hope it shows in the documentary.
It absolutely shows. And what you did with the paper dolls and the stop animation was epic. You did a beautiful, wonderful job. And it's such a gorgeous tribute to Rita Moreno. I'm sure she is absolutely thrilled with what you did, because I know I am, and it's not my life. So you did a great job. Thank you so much, Mariém, for your time. I really, really appreciate you taking time to talk to me. Congratulations. It's wonderful.
Thank you. Thank you for your questions.
You're very welcome. Bye.
Bye.